everybody. Welcome to episode 439 of the All You Can Hear podcast. My name is Wenzel.
Wenzel. Is that the first time you've ever botched your name?
Yeah, I think so. My name is Wenzel, and joining me today are my two co-hosts.
Disney epic fan Colt. Mickey Raga. Mickey Raga.
Oh, Mickey Raga, that works.
MICKEYMOUSE. Oh boy!
Domain expansion.
Domain expansion. 250k word haters to lover fic. Untitled impreg.
Wait a minute, I've seen that.
I sent it in the TikTok group chat the other day. There was one I sent earlier today that was a guy who was going, domain expansion, unexpected $37 afterpay payment. I was like, okay, this is pretty good.
There was when most of the chapters of Dabura fighting Maharaga were happening, there was this guy who posted after the one chapter where they go away from both the fights to just Maru and Yuji. Mm-hmm. He posts these clips of him pretending to be like Dabura, and like in a very fried voice being like, domain expansion, like yelling, domain expansion, like I'm gonna use this process. Just him yelling, and then he gets pulled out from the fight. He's like, what? And then it's the lady like, here's a rope, here. Like what? Like it's very good. Because the jumps in those chapters is crazy. We should probably say what this episode is. So, it was Sunday, March?
Oh, don't ask me for dates. Today's 13th, 15th, 8th. March 8th is when Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo came to a climactic conclusion.
Yeah, 25 chapters?
25 chapters. Yep.
Well,
it was a super climax.
The climax was the end of the Maharaga fight. That was the peak.
The climax actually was the friends we made along the way.
Hey, we're gonna have some opinions about some Modulo if you didn't know. I like call it Modelo.
Yeah, it was funny because for the longest time Tanner and Colt would just say Modulo, and I
did it because it was funny.
No, we're not doing this. So anyway, they would do it, and like I was like, and at one point you both asked or said you don't know how it's actually pronounced. Well,
I'm just saying, there's no way I said that.
Yes, you did.
I'm putting it out there. No way.
And if I did say it, I didn't.
Ooh, anyway,
I like that.
So I looked it up today because I had forgotten about it, and it is pronounced Modulo.
Be funny when the anime comes out in 10 years. It's Modulo.
It's probably not even called. It's probably even called Jujutsu Kaisen 2.
Okay. I don't know.
Well, fuck you. Okay. That's why.
Well, I was like, what is modulo? What does that mean? Because I was curious. Because in my head, modulo, like module, I was thinking of like it was going to be kind of this brief intermission until like a middle ground, so that like it's going to go right into like, oh shit, Akutami's doing a full blown like Jujutsu Kaisen sequel series that's going to take place with the event taking after the events of just what happened in Modulo or whatever. That's what I thought it was going to be. Then find out that it's gonna end actually sooner. I was like, never mind, that's not going to happen. But I found out modulo is a term in mathematics. I can't remember exactly. I was confused, honestly, by all the definitions that it gave, but basically it means remainder, or I think in an English definition, it was like to clear something up, to correct something. And the reason being is that the underlying issue of Jujutsu Kaisen that had gone basically unsolved or unanswered was the issue with what to do about cursed spirits, the birth of cursed spirits, and the connection between like souls and stuff.
And let's just say, I feel like nothing changed. It's basically just...
Well, that's not true.
It just feels like we'll just keep doing what we've been doing. We'll just kill the spirits when they pop up. Basically.
I mean, yeah, but
that's what they've been doing.
No, it was a huge...
It was what they were doing pre-Shibuya.
Hold on, no. We gotta. Were you gonna say something, Tanner?
Oh no, I was going to disagree with Colt on that point. I was just going to say, I was like, "What?
That's not. There's a huge difference. The fact that they, gosh, okay, so we're going to really go right into it.
Spoilers ahead if that wasn't apparent.
Okay, I should say what this episode is first. Didn't say what it was. So yeah, Modulo ended, and we wanted to do an episode where we discussed it. We're not going to go chapter by chapter explaining, summarizing the story or anything. We just want to discuss it, what we like and didn't like, and just whatever. We're just gonna discuss and talk about it.
You're gonna get some opinions.
Yeah, full spoilers for anybody. So if you haven't read all of Jujutsu Kaisen and all of Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, then don't listen to this.
Yeah, save this for a rainy day.
But anyway,
or finish those first. Don't just save
we'll save for a rainy day after you finish it.
Okay.
Wait, also too, audio cannot hear anything you're saying.
Hey, I can't help it. The mic's 10 feet away. I said we gotta huddle up and kiss, but nobody wanted to.
I'm in the middle.
Closer. You can get close. Move her. She's a dog.
Don't blame my dog. Okay, Colt's practically in my lap.
He told me to.
You should mention we have. Usually when we record in person, we're recording at a table. Now we are just on my couch, chilling.
I mean, I could have brought in the table. I have it.
Oh, no. I mean, no. That was unnecessary.
Okay.
But yeah, we're here. We're talking about Modulo. I just want to say out the gate, before we get into any story stuff, Akutami is not able to end a series.
Gosh.
Let me say this. End a series well.
Whenever that chapter that they did not like came out, I was like, oh, I kind of like it. It's fine or whatever. But then the more, as time went on, which was, the more chapters came out, and the more I thought about it, I was like, man, that's kind of fucking weird. And it's just okay, wow. It really doesn't. I don't know what to do for you, bud.
The ending of Modulo, we were joking when we did the intro for this. The ending of Modulo reminds me so much of Tokyo Revengers, where it really just feels like some Disney bullshit. And I get it. I get it too, to an extent, where Modulo ended the way it did. I still think Modulo as a complete package. Sorry, I just have a 50-pound pit bull getting in my lap.
Like a fucking baby.
Yeah, her baby.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I think Modulo as a complete package is probably a lot more digestible than JJK.
That's only 25 chapters?
Yeah, but I think they're and two. Well, let me say this. It's more digestible in the fact that, I mean, the beginning and the middle, I would say the first 75% of Modulo, all three of us were like, okay,
this is heat.
This shit's peak. Gege never needs to draw again. It always needs to have a different artist. Not saying their art's bad, but clearly they have given proper time to the story and have been able to dedicate themselves more to storyboarding versus the actual art and the drawing. So I said, that's great. And then we get to the last 3 or 4 chapters, and it's just holy shit, this is just Jujutsu Kaisen again. Not ending it well. And it does diminish the series as a whole for me just a little bit, because I do think Modulo is really good. And Jujutsu Kaisen's currently doing with its 3rd season, I do think once animated, I will probably come away higher on some of the stuff than I am in the manga version. But damn, I don't know how you could change this ending to make it good. I think honestly it needed maybe another 10 chapters to flesh it out.
I was hoping it would go the full 30.
I thought it was supposed to be 30.
Everybody thought that.
That's what they said when they started it. They said
it was going to be 30 chapters. Yeah.
But also, personally, the way it ended, it felt like this is just setting up for another series. It just felt like this is going to a season 3 or a 3rd series. It's not ending in a way where this could have a new season or this is it. It's ending in a way where we're definitely having something later, which makes it bad if we don't get anything later. But if we get something later, the ending's fine.
I mean, I do agree with that. like, I do agree if like the next thing we get is set, just say 500 years in the future, and Itadori is now
a cursed object,
essentially. Like, I do think that's a little better, but I just don't know if I want that. I don't know if that would be the thing I wanted from JJK next.
Well, that's funny that you say that, because in my head, with how it ends as well, because it doesn't, with the way it ends, I'm like, this feels like it could set up into something else, into further, because with how it ends, it's so final. And I know Colt saying like, oh well, nothing changes, so I guess I'll explain that here in a bit. But yeah, before I get to that, I just want to say too, the artist for the series is Yuji Iwasaki. Incredible art.
Oh yeah, great art.
No, like, did perfect in translating Akutami's art into this, character designs and stuff. Like Tanner said, this is something I've been saying. We've all agreed is that Akutami does not need to do the art.
I'm pretty sure we said it in our JJK manga review.
Yeah,
never pick up a pen again.
Like, because it's just so obvious that the art is really like, it's honestly hurting them, and I hate that. But it's like they have great ideas. They're good at writing and the storytelling. Like, the art was holding them back. They need to focus on that and just have another artist do the art.
And they're a great artist. Like, they did the alt art for the 5 Elder cards in the One Piece TCG, and those cards fucking rock. But when it comes to writing and drawing something, they're just not like,
they can't be Oda.
Yeah, they can't. They literally can't do both. Like, either the drawing is going to suffer, or the art's going to suffer because they're focusing more on the story, or the story's going to suffer, but you're going to get a really cool ass double spread.
Yeah,
and that is essentially what it boils down to with Akutami.
And I hate that, but that happens, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fine. I mean, there's so many good fucking artists out. Like,
I mean, we literally got one.
Yeah, literally, got one. Like Colt said, like, and yes, Oda does have a lot of editors and stuff now, but like, you can't just expect to be Ichiro Oda. Like, you just can't. Or that's like, I mean, take Togashi for example. Like, the reason we haven't got more Hunter x Hunter is just because of their health issues, but they literally will not accept help from anyone. Although I do think it is pretty heavily rumored that their wife, who was the original writer for Sailor Moon, helped them with some art for Hunter x Hunter. Like, when Togashi's health really started to go downhill. But that's a big part about Hunter x Hunter, is why it, you get 10 chapters every 5 years. Is because they literally just won't accept help from anybody. So,
yeah. Yeah, no, it's tough, but yeah. But anyway, going back to explaining, because this goes into the meaning of modulo being a correction, and that is correcting the underlying issue, as I said, about the birth of cursed spirits. Because one of the a subject that's brought up quite a bit in Jujutsu Kaisen that is kind of like, again, it's kind of goes under the radar because it's not the main issue. The main issue was defeating Kajaku and defeating Sukuna. But it was what to do about cursed spirits, because it's either every human is a sorcerer, or B, kill everybody who isn't a sorcerer, because non-sorcerers are the ones that's birthing cursed spirits.
Yeah.
And it was I think it was Yuki Tsukumo who her philosophy or her ideas were to get rid of cursed energy. And that was kind of like pushed to the side of like, okay, we'll have to explore that, because there was like a book given to Yuji and Chozo towards the end of JJK, the main series, about soul research and about that. Mm-hmm. And so that was kind of like, okay, well, that's a big issue. Are we going to explore that? No, we didn't. And obviously we couldn't, but modulo is meant to correct that, to explore that, the huge problem, which is the cursed spirits. And so what happens at the end of modulo is that Maru, this I did not like, because I didn't understand how this even like they literally just go into a room, and this room is like almost like the fucking They say it's like a nexus point for like, or a place where all souls can travel or whatever.
Yeah, it's like the in between point of life and death.
How the fuck is that? How the fuck is that room in their ship? How'd they build that? Like, now I get it that like their aliens and their powers and stuff are like can manipulate kind of like on a grander scale than probably we can imagine, especially with Deborah's technique being slightly like censored because we can't understand it.
It's literally just something that
it's just a device. They're just saying like, fuck it, we have this.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain it.
And like I was like, okay, we're just in this room, and then somehow we're doing all these. Basically, Maru erases or changes the colors of the souls of all the beings on Earth, basically, of not only
which is something that is hardly even explained.
That like I'm like
they're like every soul has a color.
Every soul has a color, and the reason why that they're what's happening is they're gosh, I don't want to have to explain the whole story, but basically to change the colors because there was an issue with the Remelians and the humans because the Remelians brought a native species from their planet with them called the Callians, and the problem with that was that the Callians were attacking people on their planet, and it caused a huge social issue. People wanted to exterminate the Callians, but they didn't want that because they're sacred animals to them. And then come to find out that Callians are similar in essence to cursed spirits. They're not the same because Callians are living creatures and cursed spirits aren't. But the reason why the Remelians were getting into conflict with the humans because they recognize the cursed spirits as similar to being Callians, so thereby they said that cursed spirits are a protected species, and that caused a huge rift, especially with the sorcerers and their mandates and everything. And so what happens is that Maru had to change the color of the cursed spirits, the Callians themselves, and sorcerers, so that fuck me.
Essentially, they had to change the color of souls to make the best I can understand it was to make it to where just nobody can really be that strong anymore.
So yeah,
except sorcerers are currently alive.
Basically, it was to get rid of all cursed spirits currently today.
Yep.
So all cursed spirits are gone. They're dead. Sorcerers still exist today. But now,
no more sorcerers
will exist. Now, there could be a possibility of heavenly restricted people being born.
Yes.
And then there's that. And then not only that, all the Remelians born from then on might not be recognized by Callians.
Yes.
So that. And then the big change is that now there won't be as many cursed spirits born. They'll still be born, of course. But now... there won't be any more sorcerers.
And also, just in case if there are strong cursed spirits, Yuji Itadori, which if you don't know, if you're listening to this and have never interacted with JJK, is the main protagonist of the original series, who's still alive and young 68 years later, because he is essentially fucking death painting. And he has part cursed spirit in him. It's the whole thing. You don't need to know. Is essentially going to Sukuna himself and make himself a curse tool. So in case there is a powerful cursed spirit one day, he is going to hide somewhere so somebody could find him and eat him like he did Sukuna. And gain his powers.
See, I found that kind of interesting because...
It is interesting, but also he was like, I'm probably going to live 200 or 300 more years.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck?
And so their next objectives was to learn how to become cursed objects, because the only person who knew that was Sukuna and Kenjaku. Neither of them passed on their knowledge, so they have to try to figure that out, which opens a new interesting chapter for these characters because Nobara is still alive, and they're like,
and Toto's still alive.
Toto is still fucking alive,
even though we don't see him at all.
So funny.
People, question: do you think Megumi's dead, or just that he literally wasn't there?
See, I don't
talk about him like he doesn't even matter. Like, he doesn't even exist anymore.
I would say he died. I think that was the implication.
I also thought it was implicated that he was dead,
because when I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, well, Yuji got really fucking like it was one thing when Megumi died, and then he got like really sad when Hana died.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming a lot, but I kind of think that like Megumi and Hana got together, and then Hana dying because Megumi died really like kind of broke it for Yuji. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, too, this takes place 68 years later, so everybody is in their mid 80s.
Yeah, and Yuji looks fucking good.
All the main characters are in their mid. Or
Nobara looks really good too
for an 86-year-old.
I know.
Sure. Yeah.
But you know what's funny though? People were saying like it'd be kind of funny though if she learned how to like kind of put curse energy into like de-aging yourself, like slowing the aging process, because Nobara would be the one to learn that.
Yeah, 1,000%.
You split it out. Okay. I was going to ask, why wouldn't Megumi have the same lifespan as Yuji? Because he was Sukuna for a bit.
That's not the same. He was a vessel for a brief time, but he wasn't. He's still just human.
I mean, Yuji.
Oh yeah. Remember,
right.
Yuji is the offspring of Kenjaku, so he was not only Kenjaku's child, but like purposefully made into part human, part cursed spirit.
Yeah.
Like technically speaking, Yuji was always going to be this old, even if he never became a sorcerer.
He was always going to never age.
Yeah. He was. That was just what was always going to happen, which is also, I guess, how they explained his like insane strength at the beginning of the series.
I thought that was kind of crazy too, because it made sense of like why he was so strong. Because I was like, oh shit, well that's because like it's like, well, why wasn't somebody like Gojo like because a lot of the sorcerers that we see didn't have the same amount of time that Yuji had. Like they didn't have like Yuji struggled obviously, but like he had the time and the training to just learn and adapt and learn to where like he sharpened his skills to the basic their edge.
Well, yeah, that's like, I'm going to say this. Don't know if y'all agree. Modulo Itadori could no diff Gojo.
I don't know.
He can black flash at will, and his dismantle is essentially a fucking nuclear bomb.
I will say maybe, because if he learned the world cutting slash like Sukuna, then yeah, he could.
And also like he wasn't worried about if Deborah and Maharaga like went apeshit.
That's like, true. I'll take care.
He was like, I can easily handle them, and he knows Maharaga because he saw Maharaga fight Gojo.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I'm just gonna say Itadori is the strongest thing we've seen in JJK lore. All this being said, though, the ending not good, which is fine. I don't want to go further in the future with JJK at this point. There's so much unexplained shit in the past with JJK. That's what I want.
Same.
I would love. It doesn't even have to be Heian era JJK.
I would want.
But I would love that. I would legitimately love that, because I don't think Akutami is done with Jujutsu Kaisen.
See, I don't think so either.
It's just way too successful. There's too much money tied up into it at this point. Before I hand the mic off to Colt, I just want to say it doesn't even have to be Heian era. But I want to go pre JJK. I want a prequel series next.
I want to go back to the other planet with all the other people with Deborah, because that's the whole arc of like explaining why they left. I was so into that.
I was invested.
Yeah, and the only time we ever go back is at the end. Deborah's like, I'm back.
And he kicks ass.
And he comes back to get human pussy. That's all. That's his. The final page is him walking in to
get his horn on the door.
Yeah, and he's got a boner, and he's like, "Oh, I want some food."
But yeah. So
no one's saying it.
To kind of also to Yuji Nobara's plan, also Toto, to at the very end.
Panda.
Oh yeah, Panda's around.
You can talk too.
Well, no, Panda was stored away. I feel so bad for Panda.
Me too.
Like, I feel so fucking because he was put into a fucking storage shed basically, and whenever the Akatsu kids would find, like when they first found him, they were like, "Oh yeah, that's Panda. Sometimes he talks, sometimes he doesn't, because he's so like old or whatever. Like his body of like is so old it's hard for him to like move and communicate and stuff. And I'm like, damn, why doesn't somebody do something then? Help him. Like, don't just leave him there.
Yeah, but like like when did they put him into storage? Like, was there a Ted situation with Panda? Was Panda following Yuta and Maki around when they were like in their mid-20s and early 30s and stuff? Or after the Sukuna fight, they were like, fuck you, dude, because he was already small post Sukuna. They're like, fuck you, we're putting you in the closet. You're going to hear us bang, have these kids, and then our kids going to have kids. We're going to have grandkids. It's like, they fucked Panda.
Damn.
God damn. Okay.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's been picked up, but
I don't know. Zelda's meowing a lot. I'll listen back to this, but yeah, I feel so like Panda got the raw end of it.
I wanted to say before I forget, the one thing about the ending that I really didn't like was they use like 20 chapters of the Akatsuki kids, and they don't really do anything with them at the end. They're kind of just like, it's up to the big ones now. It's like you have these new characters that everyone was really interested in, and they just kind of fall to the wayside right after they start their anti-wiping out of all the cursed spirits.
Well, and I think
I know it's because they're like not as strong, but like,
well, no, they were fighting.
They weren't fighting after fucking Maharaga is pushed out and she's cancerless or curseless or whatever.
Well, I mean, but that like, yeah, okay.
They're just put to the side and not really there until the final page when she's like, "You gonna find love somehow, chef lady?"
To be fair, I mean, for the stuff that was happening, I mean, what could they do? Because, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think part of that is kind of the poor writing, because I like at the beginning of Modulo, you're kind of set up with like these, you know, your classic shonen trio, and then I don't think any of the three of them ever get like a moment to shine.
Well, yeah,
really,
I
like
mean, it's all this is stuff from last series. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like because without Itadori, like none of the shit really happens. And like essentially the big bad was Maharaga again. Like if we boil it down to peanuts,
yeah.
Like it was kind of like, here's the villain reveal, Maharaga.
Well, you say that, but then it's also Deborah. It was so weird because Deborah was kind of the baddie in that.
Yeah, I mean, agreed, but with the series ending, I'm looking at it as a whole picture.
Yeah.
And like nobody, like no character outside of Itadori ever really gets to shine, which is weird.
Tsurugi got to. I say they're fights because Yuka summoning Maharaga was kind of her moment, because
and it was fucking awesome.
It was awesome, and then Tsurugi getting Rika.
Yeah, yes,
yeah, but that was for like 2 chapters.
I know, and the thing is, too. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say also though, they're relying on shit from the first JJK. You know, like, oh, your 2 new characters' big moments are shit that happened in the first series.
That's true, but also too, it's like.
But they were super high moments.
They like people have been wanting to like certain things have been wanting to be seen.
Yeah,
and the thing is like it wasn't a long series, you know.
Yeah,
if it was longer, then they would have those moments probably would have lasted longer, or they would have been more fleshed out. But it wasn't like they could only be so long.
But then again, I'm like, you say it could only be so long, and I get I have to imagine they're working on something else. But you know, Shonen Jump was like, you can have as many fucking chapters as you want. You're telling me you're making the Jujutsu Kaisen sequel? Yeah. How many chapters? 1,025. Let's do 100. I mean, they pretty much had a blank check talking about Akutami.
Well, I can't remember exactly because I was talking to Pat about this. Gosh,
shout out Pat.
I've been trying to say my main point earlier about possible continuations, but I'm going to say this too. I was talking to Pat about this because apparently on the Reddit, I think subreddit, somewhere talking about that, because people were so surprised about it being 25 chapters and not 30 or whatever. People think that it was going to be 30 chapters, but But it was like multiple factors of Shonen Jump wanting it to end, so, because they were going to slide in a new series, because another series is also, they're going to axe it because it's just so bad.
Was it that baseball one?
No, it's the fucking Gonrin egg.
And so so they wanted to wrap it up so they could slide it in, and then like Akutami being kind of like, no, I don't want to say burnt out, but like it was like a lot of factors where it was like it was probably going to be 30, but then like stuff happened. It was like, well, we're gonna make it 25. Get it the fuck out of here.
See, I just don't necessarily believe that. I don't believe that Shonen Jump would say, "Hey, sequel to like one of the most profitable franchises we've ever had. Yeah, you're gonna have to wrap it up early so we can slide in this new thing." I don't know. Because now, like, with Modulo gone and they're about to axe Gonrin egg, and I think something else is ending soonish. Shonen Jump's going to be like 2 series short.
Yeah,
a lot of people think that Togashi. I mean, we do know that Togashi has finished storyboarding and drawing 10 new chapters of Hunter x Hunter. So a lot of people think Hunter x Hunter is going to slide in there, which fucking fingers crossed. But then Shonen Jump's still going to be a series short. I personally think that we will get something else JJK related this year.
It would be sick.
Is my thinking,
because like I've been trying to say, but we keep going to different things because there's so much to talk about. But what I was saying with the ending too is that what Nobara and Yuji were setting up is that if cursed spirits do arrive, like they said, Yuji will be a cursed object, and then not only that, they're going to take inventory and bring together all of the fucking cursed tools exist, so that people, even if they're just normal, they will be able to use them to defeat cursed spirits, and like also like just a lot of preparation stuff. And I was thinking it'd be kind of cool if there was a sequel to JJK that takes place, maybe hundreds of years in the future, and it was like that where like there's some cursed spirits, they do arise. There aren't sorcerers, but there are people who handle them with like cursed tools or whatever.
It's like all weapons based.
It's all weapons based.
It is called Bleach, and they have Zanpakuto. They can fucking Bankai.
Because it would be crazy though if they imbued domain expansions into the weapons.
That's literally Bleach. That is Bleach.
I was gonna say that would be literally.
Domain expansions are mainly based off of Bankai,
and it'd be so funny. But then I was thinking it'd be so cool too if like 100 years later all that happens or whatever. But then because I like the idea that even though it feels so final, like the universe, things don't work out exactly as we planned. So it'd be cool if like something changed, because that can happen. Obviously it's also your story, so you can do whatever. And then like the first limitless 6 eyes user in like how many hundreds of years arise. This is the first born sorcerer in history, like that, and that could also be a fucking protagonist right there for your fucking story.
What I want is a story that takes place, I know Tanner doesn't want this, 500 years in the future, but they take the Yuji Itadori cursed object to a different planet, and someone eats him, and then that's how he gets on that different planet, and it's like, fuck, I'm Yuji Itadori on planet Namek. So I think
Dragon Ball.
Yes.
Dragon Ball, okay.
I think it'd be pretty crazy.
Crazy.
I would love if Akutami has used the rise of popularity of Jujutsu Kaisen to just backdoor themselves into writing Bleach fanfic. I would love if JJK becomes, okay, we're killing demons with weapons and our weapons have superpowers.
It'd also be really funny if at some point Akutami isn't writing JJK, but he starts writing JJK fanfic, and he's like, damn, I wish this guy would do this. He's like, oh wait, I wrote this.
I'm just imagining like Akutami's Twitter account like quote tweeting Jump when it said that Modulo is reaching the super climax, and just Akutami saying like mid.
Damn, I can't believe they did that.
Damn, that shit weak.
I think more people, I just feel like more creators in general should start retconning their own shit. I feel like it'd be cool if they went back and said, you know what? I actually don't like this ending. I'm going to do something else.
Yeah, why not?
It doesn't make any sense. Like, people are reading it because they like your story.
Mass Effect 3 did it.
Mass Effect 3 did do it.
Hades 2 did it.
I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, they patched a new ending into Hades 2 like 2 weeks after
Just
it came
change
out.
your mind. Your creation doesn't have to be final until it's what you think is final.
Yeah, or make it a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood situation.
Yeah. That's what I said on the JJK episode. Is like I would love. Bells, get the fuck out of here.
We're recording.
We're doing stuff. You need to calm the fuck down.
Daddy's working.
The poll.
What?
But no,
Anyway,
I think I'm still on the same way. I do think the anime is going to have a different, at least a differently paced ending than the manga.
I don't know, but I was like I said in that episode was like I would love, and he did it for Modulo. I would love to go back and just redo the whole series. Why not? And it's easy to say like, oh, well, you can make it final when you feel it's final. I mean, like, when does that fucking end? When does that truly end?
We need to know how old. We need.
Okay.
You get. All right, Akutami, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me again somehow.
Fool 3, can't get fooled again.
Yeah, you're getting one more shot.
But I do agree. Like, don't feel so bad about it. Like, if you want to change stuff, you want to go back and retcon things, you can. It's fine. Yeah. Was there another point you were going to make?
I was just, I guess I was kind of just going to say that, like, a lot of the pacing issues with the manga and the bad ending stuff, the bad endings at this point, plural, will be fixed in animated versions. Because, like, so far, I don't know if you're listening to this, if you're watching season 3 of JJK, but it's peak. It's so much better than the manga. It's not even close.
Bells, you need to get out of my fucking business.
She's 5 feet away from Wenzel, for reference.
It's not 5 feet.
10 feet.
The anime, every single thing about the anime is better than the manga. That's just how it is.
Same thing happened with Demon Slayer.
I mean, how would you know? You haven't watched the last 4 fucking episodes.
Oh my god! I can't fucking read. I'm waiting for the English dub. I'm just kidding. Fuck it, man. Just tell Gege to retire or something. They suck at this shit.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So the anime is awesome. Literally every episode has been some of the best in an adaptation for a manga, in my opinion. Like they've been doing so good with pacing, so good. Like,
and the animation is just like
unbelievable.
And there's been no reports. Not saying it's not happening, but there's been no reports about like people at Mappa killing themselves.
Does she need to do something? Does she need to go somewhere?
Belle, say something.
Say something. Oh. Something I'm not giving up on you.
What?
Oh my god.
They need to go potty.
But we've been speaking negatively on Modulo. I mean, what did we like?
I liked 75% of the story. I know that sounds something wrong, but the whole fucking Maharaga fight is actually the best fight in all of Jujutsu Kaisen, counting the first series. It's my favorite fight. And also, this might be a hot take, but I think this little 20 chapters that I enjoyed of Modulo, I like them more than the entirety of the first series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. That like the peaks that Modulo was hitting, I thought were hitting higher than JJK. And if we were to assign scores to all 200 and however many chapters of JJK and the 25 chapters of Modulo, I would say Modulo for them was batting a higher average. It was like those chapters were better on average. And I think a lot of that had to do with Akutami mainly focusing on the story, but it's just the pacing at the end got really fucky. And, talk about, they didn't get the 30 chapters. Oh, it was 25 instead of 30. They knew from the offset it was going to be a short series. you know, I don't know. I just feel like you should have been able to do something a little better. That being said, though, a lot of the shit in here was really good. I love like the inner like societal conflict of the planet. And then like all the Dabra stuff I thought was really cool. I thought he was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, the chaos energy, something like that.
Dabura, no, his curse technique was light and something else.
And something literally incomprehensible to the human mind.
That was just gay as shit. Like, it's so cool. Like, it's like I can't even describe it.
I don't even know what it is.
Let's just say there's a bar here because the other part of his technique is just a pair of knockers.
Yeah.
It's so fucking cool.
Awesome.
But like that was cool. I mean, like the fights in Modulo were really fucking good. I like
very readable, as in like you knew what was going on.
Yeah, it was very easy to follow. I thought the action was very well put together. Again, I give a lot of credit to Iwasaki. Yeah, to Iwasaki there, because there are some fights, if you read in JJK the original series, you're like, what the fuck is happening?
It's hard to follow.
Like just looking at the action, like not even reading the words, just looking at the pictures, you're like, I don't understand what's happening here.
Iwasaki, I mean, great artist, knows how to choreograph those fights in those panels.
Yeah, and very well adapted Akutami style very well. Like you could, I mean, I feel like if you put this out and for some reason don't credit the artist, you could be like, yeah, Akutami's drawing this too. I mean, it was very similar styles. There were some.
You would know because this art is better than.
Yeah, I do think some of the art was better.
It's just the translating those designs over. It was just like, oh shit, this is Akutami's character.
Yeah, like it wasn't like, you know, if all of a sudden Oda started drawing Naruto, you know, and be like, oh, Naruto looks like
Luffy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What the fuck, Naruto gum fruit?
Look like Luffy.
Did you see that picture of?
Yeah,
he had to draw like the other shonen, and they all just have fucking Luffy face. But no, I mean, I really like the series. I would say the series as a whole, like as much shit as I'm talking on it, I'd probably give Modulo an 8.
Yeah,
a solid 8. But if you stick the landing of this, I mean, we're talking 9+ territory for me. I mean, we're talking like phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. If you land the ending, because everything from chapter 1 all the way up until, I'm gonna say the chapter with Mahito.
Yeah,
where he gets fucking burgered.
Where he gets burgered.
Yeah,
is so good. And then after that, there's so much exposition for shit that has never even once been mentioned ever. Like talking about every soul has a color, and the color coordinates with the character of the person, and that determines how much energy is fed into a cursed spirit or a Callion.
Also, our ship is a terraformer. We can completely change the molecules of everything.
Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck?
Well, see, that's what. Sorry, I don't mean to go back to this. That annoyed me because I didn't really like Maru and Cross's technique, chaos and harmony. Okay, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
And then it's like, oh well, they were the ones that built the ship. Like, what? Like,
in the thing, in the manga, it just says they used the ore that their master had. But why? How did they make it? And like, how they know to do these things with
like
it?
How? Like, I get it. Like, you could probably just, you know, like.
The ore knew. It was in the ore all along.
I think it's more so like it was. If it was what it was going. I don't know. You know, I don't know.
One chapter, we got like 5 chapters worth of explanation.
Yeah.
Like really, like I think that's where you talk about it going from 30 chapters to 25 chapters. That's where the 5 missing chapters went. Was them talking about souls having fucking colors.
And
this is more confusing than Nin.
I don't know.
I don't know about that, but like, but anyway, it was like, okay, so their ship has basically an access to limbo, and in this limbo, Maru is able to manipulate all life on the planet. Like,
I feel like you could use that to like fix your home.
All souls, like.
Well, that's the reason they needed the piece of Mahito, right? Because they needed his technique.
Yeah.
What was the point in Mahito? Like,
well,
what was
there
so
was
special?
because remember, Mahito was the cursed spirit who had the ability to alter the souls.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they needed him, because he was such a powerful cursed spirit, and that technique he had was very powerful. And
then he got bitched out by Yuji. A second time.
That shit, he ain't powerful. He's over there like, it's round 2, you fucker.
That was crazy. Yuji laughing and being like, "Damn, I thought you were stronger.
Yeah, I thought you were stronger than
you were so much stronger when I fought you."
It's crazy to think about the scene where Mahito literally makes Nanami blow up like a fucking balloon, and Yuji being like, "Actually, you were a pussy.
You're so fucking weak."
I guess Nanami's a weak little punk.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Yuji would just be like, "Damn, I can't believe Nanami let him do this to him."
Yeah.
But no, it was so they needed Mahito. They needed his technique to alter souls. They needed Akatsu's ring, because over the course of his life he had been pouring an insane amount of cursed energy into that ring, because they keep saying he has a bottomless well of cursed energy, and Akatsu keeps saying like, "Oh, well, I can run out." It's like, okay, but when can you fucking run out? Because it doesn't seem like you can ever run out, which was basically true, because he kept putting cursed energy into this fucking ring.
How could the ring take that much?
It's a cursed object. Remember?
No, I don't.
It's the ring that holds Rika.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It can handle it. You know, it can. It's how it's become able to. But anyway. And then they needed another object. Oh, the book about souls, and then Anyway, So
and then they needed the rope.
No, Deborah needed the rope.
Yeah, Deborah. Yeah, sorry.
Sex swing.
You know, it's so funny. We just keep saying, Deborah needed the rope. The rope.
Deborah needed the rope. The souls have colors. There's a ring with a ghost.
There's a big dog in the center of the ship.
Yeah, that thing looked cool.
I love that thing. I like that. That was so cool. Anyway,
they just don't mention it.
They do. It's like the oldest Callion or whatever on the fucking ship.
But they barely mentioned it.
I know.
Why does it look like a dog?
My God. They should have, you know what? If they really wanted to land the ending, they should have edited Yuji's cells to where he had a vagina. And so that he could have periods and he becomes super powerful once a month. Like Chozo's bloodstream, and he just uses his vagina. And he just goes, whoosh! And he's a lot stronger once a month.
I tried to give a straight face.
Does that not make sense? Because I feel like if Chozo was a woman, he would be a lot stronger. I brought this up before, but nobody talked about it. They just looked at, just skipped over it, but nobody talked about it.
Man, I'm trying to remember what I was gonna fucking talk about. God damn. We just got blasted with fucking Colt's information.
I'm going to sleep.
I just think what I request is it would have been a better ending.
Well, if it was up to me, there would be no more periods.
Exactly, but only one person would get it, and it'd be Yuji Itadori.
Okay. Anyway, so but back to what we liked. I really loved Deborah. I thought he was awesome. Really love his design, but I thought he was really interesting. And like, it
reminded me of Mike Tyson in the way that's crazy, but in the way he's like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so scared about what I'm about to do to you," because he doesn't like fighting, but he knows how strong. He is.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that was just a crazy ass way to say it, I guess.
But no, and what was so cool too is like we didn't know Yuka's curse technique, and then we find out it's the hereditary Zenin with the 10 shadows, because she just straight up pulls out fucking Maharaga, which was so sick. Her dropping from a fucking air, it's a giant plane. I can't think of it. Fucking falling to the ground, immediately summons Maharaga, goes into her shadow so she doesn't fucking have to fight, and Maharaga comes out. It's like, he's still alive, fuck. And then it's an insane fight that I think, if animated, will probably be the best fight.
Yes.
It's already my favorite fight personally, because...
And it will get animated.
I mean, it ends like Akira, so... Speak.
It was so. I really wish we got a proper ending to that fight, because I genuinely wanted to see who would win. Honestly, too, because I was looking over at what people thought about that fight, because it was going on for so long. People were fairly convinced, including myself, that Maharaga was probably going to win that because Deborah was taking so goddamn long.
I mean, it makes sense why Maharaga would win, but it's because just the way he is.
See, that's interesting because I was under the assumption that Maharaga was going to lose.
See, I thought
Deborah's like super move was essentially going to be just like a better version of Hollow Purple.
Well, the thing is he does a domain expansion, and I don't know what that we don't know what
they don't explain
it. We see his domain, which was crazy and super long fucking name. I don't even remember it.
I don't remember the fucking
I'm not going to say it. Crazy ass name. Are you going to look it up?
Yeah.
Fuck. But it was a crazy domain, and then Maharaga at one point, like, wheel just keeps spinning because Deborah realizes that, oh shit, he's just adapting to my existence. And like
another world of the unseen or reverse transcendence.
Did you say or?
Are you sure? Where are you reading that?
Google.
Why don't you just go on the Shonen Jump app?
Because I don't remember what chapter it was.
There's 25 chapters.
Dude, read all 25 chapters.
You don't have to read 25. You can literally just pick the latest one.
Pick a random one. It's in there.
Well, let's just do easy math. It's probably at the later chapter.
It's probably like 10.
Chapter
3, maybe.
Okay, chapter 21.
What is your fucking problem, Colt?
For some reason they call him Zolo.
Why is it
okay, I got it. Other world between darkness and light, reverse transcendence.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
Anyway,
what did I say?
You were pretty close.
That's what Google had.
It was crazy, and we never get to see what happens. But anyway, yeah, because with Gojo and Sukuna, those fights ended so quickly because they had figured out very quickly how to kill Maharaga. So because they figured it out, they were able to end it very quickly. Deborah was taking so goddamn long that like I said, including myself, Maharaga might have was going to win that fight. But no, it was crazy. I like, especially too when we get to the chapter where they had been fighting for so long now that Maharaga had completely adapted to his technique.
Yeah.
And so like whenever he shoots light into Maharaga, he just literally eats it and then flexes and crushes all the light in his body. So fucking sick. And then when fucking Deborah is like, I'll start fighting for real now. And then it like that black Akutami standard, the black with the text saying like, Deborah or they race across the battlefield at sublight speed. It's like, fuck.
There's a lot of aura farming during their fight.
Dude, so
Imagine
good.
2 Piccolos.
And then when fucking Deborah, like there is panels where Deborah is like loving fighting so much that he imagines him dancing with Maharaga.
Yeah.
was insane.
Very funny.
Very funny because I'm like the fan art or the imagination for people right now has to be fucking crazy seeing that. But then Deborah also figured out reverse curse technique. Like he was like gonna just chop off his fucking leg, but he figures out how to heal it.
Yeah.
Just so sick. Like I said, that whole fucking sequence was insane. Tsurugi and Maru at first was not interesting me at first, but then when Rika comes in, oh my god, okay, it was really sick actually when fucking Maru starts to float and is like, I'm going to fuck you up. Like that was crazy. But then when Rika comes in and like Tsurugi also gets the twin soul katana, which was the katana that Maki gave Maki when she dies.
And used to kill all his
Zenin clan, the entire Zenin clan. Yep, you're right. Kill the entire Zenin clan aura.
Yeah,
for fucking days.
And then also like Rika fusing to become like an armor
was awesome.
Was so fucking cool.
So
that
sick.
Was just Bleach. That was Ichigo.
That's what I'm saying. Literally just fucking Ichigo's hollow form.
I never said it, but I was like, man, damn, I bet that's what Bleach is.
It literally is.
I was like, that looks like a hollow. But man,
and Rika does look like a hollow.
Yeah.
Like so much more than any other cursed spirit.
I mean, cursed spirits are hollows. Hollows are made up from fucking people's like
From people, yeah.
bad things put in the world. It's basically what cursed spirits are. I'm just saying, Gege, Tight Kubo, you might need to read something real quick because somebody might have took your work.
Man, yeah. Oh, gosh.
Akutami's actually going to write the Hell arc.
And Kubo draws, I'll take it.
Dude, honestly, why don't Shonen just fucking say that?
What? That would be crazy.
Just team them up. Why the fuck not? Be like, Akutami, you get to write
collabs like that would be like, oh man, I would love that.
Dude, I would piss my pants.
God,
Positive.
Damn. That would be so sick. But yeah, as both of them have said, I loved 75% of Modulo. I did. That ending felt very rushed. It was awesome seeing Yuji and like his skill at where it's at, and him just completely dismantling, cleaving Mahito for a reunion was incredible double spread. But yeah, that ending is so weird.
The ending, I will say, the ending does make a little more sense if the next thing we get is if Modulo was supposed to be a bridge from like a pretty meaty first part of JJK to now a pretty meaty like final act of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, if
if that happens, that will make sense. Because now it's like, it leaves open. Okay, what if Deborah and Lunch Lady had a kid?
That's true.
So I mean, it's not just Deborah. Don't they come with their own special abilities? I know there are two different races on the other planet. There's the Horn guys and the
Remillions and the
they have two different special abilities.
I know. Well, wait.
Because they have two different special fighting things, right?
Are you talking about the two tribes from Sumeria?
Yeah.
I don't know, honestly.
We gotta go back. Take us back.
Because what Colt's talking about is that we know there's two tribes or two races from that planet. They're all Sumerians, but it's the Remillions. They're from Rumel, and the Discainte. I don't know how to say these are fake names. Discaite.
Modelo.
But I'm not sure. I know something with Remillions, like how they cry when Callians die. I know there's that, but I don't know what Deborah's tribe has honestly. They have horns. We know that. But no, you're right though about Deborah and the chef lady. Like they could have a kid, which who knows? But we don't. Also, too, it's like,
did he bring anybody back with him as well? Like did he just go there in his Ford Taurus, aka their ship, and come back with nobody with him?
Yeah.
Did he not?
I mean, it could have.
We don't know.
I mean, yeah, we don't know. I mean, it could have because we know the Sumerian or the Remillions that are on Earth now.
They're definitely fucking humans too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Especially too if they can all live in peace. Like that sets up so much too in the future. You know, the ending will be fine if there is a sequel series that this is a bridge to that. Then I think I would feel so much better about that ending. Because
that being said, that just doesn't excite me as much as a high-end era prequel or a JJK prequel set in the past would do for me personally. Because I think there's still so much more that they've dropped on us in JJK that we don't really understand. We still don't really understand, just exactly what the three family functions were.
Yeah,
we know, the Gojo clan. Okay, what the fuck was the Gojo clan?
Well, see, that's the thing is that we can only make a guess, and it's a pretty strong one. Is that for Japan there was the three vengeful spirits, and then from those 3 vengeful spirits came the families. Okay,
Yeah.
but like, how did that happen?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I want to like. Give me that story because I'm still interested in that.
Yeah.
Or like they talk about the Kamo clan, like being one of the 3 major families. We hardly get anything about that.
He does AYCH.
Like every time we see a Kamo, like they're like, you know, I mean, they're strong. Don't get me wrong. Like obviously they're strong, but like in comparison to what we've seen with the Zenin and Gojo, it's like, why are they?
Yeah, why are they also one of the big 3?
Like, how did they earn that? You know?
Exactly. Like, give me that, or like, again, like. Give me Sukuna's backstory. That is one thing I think is so odd about the original series with JJK is that they talk about, oh, Sukuna was this big bad guy 1,000 years ago, but they never delve into what he was doing 1,000. They were just like, oh, he's a bad guy 1,000 years ago. But like we get, it's so weird to me that we don't get any sort of backstory really with Sukuna. I can't really think of another major Shonen Jump huge property where the main antagonist of the series we get no background on.
Yeah, I mean, even Kaguya at the end of Naruto, they fucking did like 100 chapters of why she's here.
Yeah,
and that she was like pulled right out of his asshole. So what the heck, gay?
Well, the thing is, I think because the only other property I can think of where we don't get anything like that is Chainsaw Man. We
know they exist because fear.
We know that, but there's still so much we don't know about the primal devils. You know, like like what's going on there. Like certain functions, but
because he's insane.
Because here's the thing: it's that Fujimoto can do that because that does create, you know, like mystery and intrigue. And I think the reason why Akutami does that is because Akutami also worked under Fujimoto. So Akutami is doing kind of like similar things, but that doesn't work because Akutami sets up so much.
They have 2 very different ways that they do storytelling, where Fujimoto's is very flashy and fast, while I feel like Akutami, he takes his time explaining stuff. But there's a thing with Fujimoto where he can have shit end abruptly and quickly, but that's because that's his modus operandi. That's the way he does things. Things are abrupt and violent, quick, over, done, super fast. That's why it's ending next week or the next 2 weeks. Potentially. We don't know. That shit's up in the air. While when it happens with Gege Akutami, you're just like, well, what the fuck? Why are you suddenly ending abruptly? I expect you to be explaining shit more thoroughly. You can't just change the way you work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
And now they've done it twice.
Yeah, so we know for sure they have no clue how to end something.
No, I see exactly what you're saying, which I like. Yeah, like Fujimoto, how he does it, that's how he does it. That doesn't work for Akutami because, like you said, they spend so much time explaining and setting up stuff and then not to follow through on that. It's just kind of like, I mean, it can't. Sorry. It can work at times, but then it kind of becomes frustrating. But at the same time, it's like some of that is. I don't want to say unnecessary because a lot of it is like talking about Sukuna being the big bad. Like I remember I was literally like 2 days ago I was trying to I was wondering if there was ever a name for one of Sukuna's weapons, which again is something that also I would like to know is how did he get 2 legendary weapons from mythology. Anyway, I was curious, and you know, people were just talking in the subreddit of like, oh, well, you know, this was never explained. This was never explained. It's like, yeah, just like, it's just solely to make aura. I mean, that's just something like, even I forget, like storytellers, writers do is like, they'll have something, they'll throw it in and be like, oh yeah, you know, like that's just how bad he is. Like Sukuna killed the 5 Void Generals. Like that was the big thing.
I don't know what that means.
It's like, what does that
mean? And then somebody was asking like, what does that mean? Who are those? And it's just like,
we don't know.
We don't know. And that's aura. That's aura.
Yeah.
Like it's just to give aura. Like
you just can't bring up these things in a series that you know is a long running thing without being expected to bring them up again. Like, for example, like Oda, he brings up shit all the time. If you're reading it as it comes along, he comes back to it. He always comes back to it.
But the thing is, though, is that like JJK, as far as we know, wasn't going to be as long as One Piece, so you can kind of like, you don't, every time you reference something, or every time you put something in, you don't have to reference every single thing in your story, because that's a lot to do.
Yeah,
but you also don't have to bring it, like, we already know Sukuna's powerful. You don't have to bring up whatever the fuck a Void General is.
Yeah, I don't think, I'm not reading JJK and expecting, like, the reason, Fujimoto kind of gets past it because Fujimoto has proven themselves. Oda, obviously, is, like, maybe one of the greatest storytellers to ever live on this fucking planet. So, obviously, not trying to compare JJK to any of those, because that's just unfair. But, yeah, it's easy because they're all in the same publication. But, like Colt said, I don't expect things to get, if something comes up, it doesn't have to be referenced again, but it just feels weird that, like, essentially the bad guy is the devil, but he's only the devil because the story says he's the devil. Like, we don't get any explanation why. Even with Kenjaku, we don't really get anything. Whose protagonist 1B? Really, the most explanation we get for any of the antagonists is Mahito, and Mahito dies halfway through the fucking story.
Also,
like, why did Geto become racist? I can't remember.
It was because of what happened to Amanai.
Yeah.
Remember?
So he's an idiot. The actions of one awful deadbeat dad means all humans are trash.
Hey, Colt, these aren't real people.
Yeah, I think Geto, he was portrayed as a smart guy. Wasn't very smart, being racist.
I should say I'm wrong about that. My bad. Amanai being killed by Toji was the start. What ultimately happens is he goes to a village because there are reports of curses and mysterious killings, whatever, and they're blaming it on the two girls who have powers, but they're just children, so like, they're just blaming it on them because of their own prejudices against, like,
and they
want
to kill the kids, and he turns around and kills them.
He kills the entire village because, the whole village wanted to kill two children.
Yeah, I forgot that. I was just asking.
Because really,
quick to jump to yell when you didn't know.
Yeah, at the beginning of like,
he's racist. I can talk shit all I want.
Well, really, at the beginning of JJK Zero, Gojo and Geto kind of have opposite views of what they end up with. Gojo was kind of the one that had, like, a Geto sort of mindset, and Geto was kind of the one that had the Gojo mindset.
Well, that was hidden inventory.
Yeah, but sorry, but
no, that was the whole thing, which I found that really fascinating about JJK and those characters was, like you said, like, they had completely opposite mindsets, and then once hidden inventory ends, and then with what happens at the village, completely swapped, where Gojo is like, I have to protect the weak, and Geto's like, we have to kill everyone.
and here's the thing, JJK needed more hidden inventory like arcs.
Yeah.
Where you take, I don't remember how many chapters hidden inventory was in the original.
Not many.
15 maybe? Maybe not even that many. But do another one of those and just explain to me why Sukuna is this big of a threat. Explain to me the whole backstory with Kenjaku.
Yeah, like
explain that.
Like, because those are your two biggest protagonists. Those are antagonists.
Yeah.
Like especially for Kenjaku to be as, like, strong, like, because Kenjaku is not later revealed until later, what he is or whatever, and then we find out more about him, and it's just like what the this guy is.
And they so just randomly just throw in, oh, by the way, Kenjaku's Yuji's mom.
Which makes sense.
Did you not see his dad?
Which makes sense, but also, I mean, it's kind of just bought up in the story, and it's not really even that big of a deal. They're like, the main antagonist maybe took over the main protagonist's mom,
Was it to create Yuji as his next
well, yeah. Here's the thing: is to explain that is that he took over. I can't remember her name. I think it's Kaori, or if it's a woman, whatever woman. He took over that woman's body was because that woman had a special technique. Something I think it said something about anti-gravity or whatever. He wanted that, so he took over her body, and then when he took over her body, he had also found the soul of Sukuna's twin brother reincarnated in Jin Itadori.
Yeah.
And when he saw that, he saw an opportunity to create the perfect vessel for Sukuna, which was to be Yuji, his son, which is also technically Sukuna's nephew.
Why?
Remember, like it was 1,000 sorcerers had all made contracts and pacts with Kenjaku, and he had to fulfill those. One of those was Sukuna. So part of Sukuna's pact was that Sukuna wanted to be reincarnated later, and if he wants to be reincarnated, Kenjaku has to make a vessel strong enough to handle Sukuna, which is Yuji. And part of that contract too was Sukuna and Yuji also have to be calling game players.
I just think we need to go back. I need to go back to day one of Sukuna being born. Was he even human?
Yeah, he was human.
Yeah.
Okay, like how does he get the 4 arms?
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Sukuna ate his twin brother in the womb.
And his brother was evil?
No.
Oh, hey, that's how Yuji got it. He ate somebody evil and he got the evil in him.
No. So what happened is that because it's something that's brought up in the story. Am I explaining the story again? It's brought up in the story so many times is that twins are inauspicious in Jujutsu, in the Jujutsu world. And something about that. And because Sukuna, rather than the twins being born, Sukuna, just because it's something that does happen with twins, Sukuna eats his twin in the womb. Because of that, Jujutsu, this whatever system of universe is working, which we don't really know exactly, like the outer limits of it.
Yeah, after 300 chapters.
It sees that Sukuna did that, and because he does that, it grants him power. Because he did it's all God damn it. It's all part of this philosophy that Akutami has explored in the series, which is it doesn't matter whether you're good or bad, if you can take either path and reach ultimate power. It doesn't because in like modern, like in most Buddhism philosophy, right? To reach enlightenment, you have to be good. Well, there is another part of it, and the part of that Akutami explores is that you can reach enlightenment not through being good, but you can also do it through being evil. Sukuna was able to do it by being evil. Instead, he maximized how much, basically, I don't want to say evil he could commit, but he was a what's the word? A hedonist. He was a hedonist. So he gave in to his desires, his hungers, his anger, his violence. He gave in to all, and through that he was able to gain power. And the first start of that was to eat his twin brother in the womb. Because he ate his twin brother, he gained 2 extra arms, another mouth, and 2 more sets of eyes. They manifested because he ate his brother, and that was a gift from, if you want to say the heavens.
Are we telling you that something? I do not remember any of that, but the way you explained it was very good.
Thank you.
I think you did a better job than Gege, so retire.
Dude, even though we talk about it like in our JJK episode, like I've reading JJK, like I have like explored and like done so much thinking and just about everything that Akutami has done with the story, and like all, like he's a great writer. There's a lot of interesting ideas and themes in there.
There's so much good shit.
And
does he have an editor? That's my question.
I think he does. Yeah, he has an editor.
Okay. He needs more.
And probably.
Maybe a second.
because his editor talks about how he did some math equation, and then his editor tells him, "Oh, you did it wrong," and Akutami was worried about that because he got math wrong. Some math. But
I just want to know more about Sukuna. I just want to see his story.
No, I agree because there's so much we don't know. We know that he was in a big battle. We know that he turned himself into 20 fucking fingers. We know he knew Kenjaku. Like there, but then also too is like how was he able? Kenjaku was able. We don't fucking know.
I will say we have kind of lost the plot of that.
I know.
And it's like
we should maybe wrap up.
I know.
You have a modulo, like you want to wrap something up. You gotta have some more. You gotta have more than 25 chapters. If we're talking about the original series and we're confused, or at least I am, about a bunch of stuff still, you might need to expand upon other things instead of creating a new, I guess, 2 different fucking races and the whole new plot line with the Romalians, Callians, whatever.
Well, it's usually like when Modulo got announced, people were like, oh, they're going to like wrap up some loose ends in JJK. I feel like there's just more unanswered questions now, and I just don't like that.
Yeah.
And you know, I should say too, in Modulo, it's so funny. Sukuna, there is still one more Sukuna's finger, and it's still out there.
Yeah.
And then if Yuji turns himself into a cursed object, might be a finger. Like it'd be really funny too. It's like somebody is like, "Well, which finger do I eat? Do I eat Yuji or do I eat Sukuna?"
Just fucking eat both of them, and now they're hanging out.
I'm just curious, like, what would happen if you ate all of Yuji's fingers and you ate Sukuna's last finger? Do you become Yuji or do you become Sukuna?
That's an interesting idea.
Literally don't know.
That's an interesting idea.
I mean, I would say you would become Yuji, but we literally don't know.
Yuji, but then you eat that Sukuna finger.
But then I would say there's a little baby Sukuna on the side.
Well, see, it would be interesting because that's like 3. Like if it's the person, Sukuna, and Yuji, that's 3 souls in one body.
Yeah,
remember
that's some Blackbeard shit.
Remember that's how Masamichi makes his cursed corpses. Is he had to put 3 souls into an object?
Oh my god! And that's how we get Panda back.
Yep, that's how we get Panda. But anyway, just to wrap it up, Akutami style. As Tanner as Tanner said, there's so much that goes unanswered, or there's so many interesting ideas I would love to explore more with like prequel series. Like and as I was saying, like there's like if you take the time to read it and to really like kind of digest it, there's a lot of interesting stuff in JJK. It's really good. Modulo it's good. It's good. Ending I didn't really like, but we'll see how that turns out. Chainsaw Man ends in the next Tuesday as well. That's crazy.
Not even a fucking what we're talking about.
We don't know.
Who excited for Invincible season 4?
Is that also the same week as Chainsaw Man ending?
I think next week.
Yeah. And now we don't know if it's like the end of the whole series or end of the current arc. We don't know. It was kind of a surprise.
Yeah. Hey, Euphoria season 3 coming out in April.
Okay.
Hey, little. That's all, folks. Hey, see ya. You know what I'm talking about, Wenzel? We'll see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Anyway, yeah. So, I
think it's a nightmare devil. I think none of that's real. But hey, that's not what we're here to talk about. I think that cool dude that just like right at the end of that chapter beforehand, he's got like a moon head. He looks super cool. I think he's the Nightmare Devil, and none of that is real.
I honestly thought he was like the Crab Devil or something, but you know,
he could be the
that would be some dumb Fujimoto shit.
Yeah,
like the big bad Crab Devil.
I don't know, man. You know, when they died, quote unquote, they reincarnated in hell. I don't know if you noticed that.
Well, why would Denji be there? You know what?
But see, why would Denji be there? I don't know. Anyway, any final thoughts?
He liked it when he swallowed Himeno's throw up.
Yep.
Well, you just.
So yeah. So if I were to give Modular rating, I would give it an 8. I would give it an 8.
I'd give it an 8 as well because I still feel like JJK's original a 6. I've said that before. It hasn't changed. It like this could have elevated it, I think, a little bit, but didn't do much. It was more introducing new things instead of answering old questions.
Yeah, you need to catch up on the anime. Yeah, so we're the AllYouCanHear podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud, pretty much everywhere. Follow us on Bluesky, AYCH podcast.social. I'm Wenzel. You follow me on Bluesky, World Winzy, and Wenzel's Essentials.
I'm Colt. Follow me on Bluesky, Colt D99. And just like, do yourself a favor. Go out there and find Gege's real identity. That's the One Piece.
You can follow me on Bluesky, Tanner14.bsky.social. Hey, go tell us your 5 or 10 favorite Pokemon ever for our top 100
oh, yeah. Go do
best
that.
Pokemon list that we'll be doing, I'm going to say sometimes in June.
No jinx. You have a jinx.
You're racist.
Something's weird.
You're racist.
The form should be in the description of this podcast, but you can go check out my pinned post on Bluesky for that information.
Tell us the one thing you would like to learn from one of the plot lines that got, that got pushed under the rug from JJK. Tell us.
What do they actually
still alive?
What do they actually do at the Kyoto school?
What'd you say, Colt?
Is Carrara still alive? I want to know if Hikari's out there gambling lonely or what.
Yeah, I would like to know. All right.
Gojo not dead.
Yeah,
Still don't believe it.